All right. This show is explicit. Yes, it is. Very much so. Hello there. 'Tis Sean. I don't really like that name anymore. I never really liked the name Sean. I never felt like a Sean. Sometimes I'd look in the mirror and be like, I just don't look like a Sean. I really don't. Actually, most Seans are like specifically whiter. No, not all. I mean, you get black Seans. You don't really see Mexican Seans. Of course, I'm like all kinds of races, so I don't know how that fits in there. But it just doesn't sound like my name. I don't know. I did a Kabbalah thing up on some website to check out my name numerology thingies, and it was spot on. It was straight up spot on. I knew it would be, of course, because those things always are. That's how it goes, And, of course, there's like a, let's throw in a little bit of generalization, of course. That way everybody could be like, oh, yeah, no. That could apply to anybody. But no. My full name, it was straight up. It was on point. I was like, oh my goodness, I gotta change my name, something. It was terrible. It was horrible, and it was so true about my life, really, and how things have been. And I've heard about that, too. I've heard about stars and whatnot changing their names to be more attuned with whatever. And, I think it's got some actual practicality in it. I mean, besides the obvious, the blind association that society would have to any name or label. As I like to say, the first thing that Adam did was start labeling shit. But in the esoteric world, you know that the words are magic, right? And that's how it goes. Yeah. Well, anyways, I like to play some music on the show, and I always try to play stuff from friends and stuff that I've done. And I love making music. I'm not the best, but I did just drop a rap single, and yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty excited about that. It's being published through 60 stores, 60 plus online stores right now, for free too. It's so cool. Oh, no, excuse me. No, it costs money. But I get 100% of the royalty. So that's what's up. And, yeah. Well, I'll play one of the songs from that. And here we go. I already done said it. Look, don't trip, okay? I'll tell you once more, okay? Baby steps. I said it twice before, still gotta say it again. Word for word, been through buck, I work for my rent. Some people talk a lot, but does it even make sense to tell my homies that I'm gamble now? I only invest, no joke I fuck with, only the best. Honor, respect, jealous of your mental when you still baby step. That baby step and baby step it. Man, I be preaching the word. Silicon Valley, so they call me a nerd. David Sagittarius, so I teach what you learn. And I'm heated feeding style, so I chill when I burn. Baby, repeat me like bird.
Don't try to bet what ain't earned.
Better say what you heard. My copyright to the perm.
This bar so hard, you don't even wanna hear it. Cognitive dissonance, tripping providence, conjugal visit. Compliment the dance, bro, damn, where did you get it?
Spirit about it, I guess the Holy Ghost with it.
That's the Holy Ghost.
Holy Ghost. No. The bass be enlightened, guess I'm waking him up. Proof is in the pudding and my belly be stuck. You think Mercury retrograde even give a fuck?
You retrograde don't give a motherfuck. Trippin'. Hella trippin'.
Crazy.
Man,
Sagittarius, so I teach what you learn. And I'm heated Phoenix style, so I chill when I burn. Baby, repeat me like bird. Don't tryna bite what ain't earned. You better say what you heard.
Copyright to the perm. Spit bars so hard you don't even wanna hear it.
Cognitive dissonance, vision compliments, mission is finished. Every goddamn duck face mimic.
To my double vision, I swipe right on all them bitches, K. Look, it's not new, it's nothing special.
I mean, when it's monkey see, monkey do. Hey, what's the difference if I swipe right?
All of it.
What's the difference?
How you gonna love yourself if you got no identity? Tell me out. No sense. That's why I teach in the word. It's fine. Kill the word. That's why I teach in the word.
The Starlight Lounge presents An Evening with the Progressive Box.
Old moon, yeah. That's Hugo, tickling the ivories. He just saved by bundling home and auto with Progressive. Gonna finally buy a ring for that gal of yours, Hugo? Send her my condolences. Hi-oh! This next one's for you two. There's a burglar in my heart. Thank you.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
It's time to crawl. You gotta crawl before you walk. Right? Or you could just keep crawling. You know, I mean, shoot, that's basically how I do it. What was that 80s movie? Come on. I wish I had a co-host or something. There was an 80s movie. Dude's name was Roach, right? He was like some punk kid, and he goes to meet the girl's family, right? And his name's Roach. And he goes, because that's how I used to crawl back when I used to get beat up. I don't know, something like that. It was a funny movie. But yeah, no. Theme of the show tonight is karma. And masks, projection, you know, all this stuff that I'm really, really good at. Doing. Yeah, that's how I learned these things, actually, from humbling myself to see my mistakes. That's how it works, really. I mean, you got to kind of feel bad about it, you know, in order to like turn around and like look at what you did and then look at yourself. Kind of need humility, you know. That's the only really way to wisdom, is to face the things and feel it. And I don't think that people these days really acknowledge that or utilize that, which is funny because it does take humility to build character, you know. Even the Japanese know this. Before they have when any company, a major company in Japan, gets a new CEO, there's a ritual that he has to do, to where he's supposed to do something really humiliating in public in front of everybody, you know, before he can become the CEO. And this is that way he learns humility. And there's no going around that, I hear, which I think is very cool and true. You know, you kind of need humility to run a company. I mean, really, or to go through any kind of really big ideal mission, whatever, you know, you need humility. You got to get used to it, and you got to make good friends with it, because it's the only thing that's going to teach you when it comes to like things like well, these psychological natures. You need humility. You know, nowadays you look at anybody, right? You know, what do? They blame others. If when it comes, you know, to, you know, them getting the finger pointed at them, they project that onto stuff from the past or stuff from, you know, other people. It's really, you know, it's hard not to, of course, because we are built up from our experiences, and we are somewhat uh, mechanical in that way, you know, and it becomes tough too, because if you look at it, really, well, that only leads down to evil actions hurting others, and really darkness, you know. When you look at things in a mechanical way, well, then, you know, you look around and you say, no wonder these, like, kids are getting guns and, like, shooting up the place and shit, because, like, they're living in that mechanical nature, you know, the blame game, it's a cycle, it's karma. And it's us trying to take karma into our hands. And that's why it's really bad. Really bad. Because we're blind as fuck. We don't know what's going on. We assume everything, and we assume everything's the worst. And it's generally not that bad most of the time, you know. But we assume it's the worst, and we assume things are really bad intention, and we assume things on people's character. And I kind of just had this go on today, actually. I made a joke, and I made a joke on a post, and I was kind of hardcore. You know me, I'm hardcore, right? You know, and I guess I assume that everybody knows me, but they don't. And, you know, I mean, it's my assumption, but I mean, to me, you know, because we all base things off of our regular nature, of who we are, right? So since I give everybody the benefit of the doubt, not always, of course, mind you, things do escalate, and I think that a certain amount of practicality has to be involved when there's when things are a numbers game, because, like, people do have bad communication, and people do try to hint social cues instead of communicating. Me, I'm blunt as fuck, you know. I think it's a very, not to, like, toot my own horn, but I think it's mature to be blunt as fuck. Now, of course, I guess in the joke I was not blunt enough to make sure that everybody knew it was a joke. But, you know, since I had that benefit of a doubt, you know, first come around with everybody, if I don't, you know, if things look a certain way, then I ask, you know, straight up ask. And I fucking be very direct about it. But, you know, people, they don't want, it's funny, because, right, they come from a place of not wanting drama. Meanwhile, the drama's all up in their head, and it's not even real. And then they go with it. And then they react and make decisions based off of it. And, I mean, I know these things because I've done it, you know, obviously. That's how I know. And I know these things because I've done it a lot, you know. And I've even done it while knowing that the things are issues, but you see, it's a thing about practice and catching yourself in the moment. Right now, these days, it's so ingrained into us that I think most people don't even notice or consider it, really, that their reality is not reality at all. And you can tell by the amount of people that they reject or blame. And I mean, you know, it's funny to see me. What I like to do is I blame instances because it's always true, and I don't blame the person. To me, everybody's pure on the inside. Everybody's innocent on the inside, in the heart. That's where God resides. God is love. And the heart always points to the truth. It's the Ark of the Covenant. And the thing is that I do blame a lot, but I blame the instances. I try to explain things as they are. And to me, I'm not wrong, Of course, people, if you're guilty of something, and then you read it and you see the instance being blamed and you associate with that, well, then you're going to feel like you're being blamed and attacked. It's an ego thing. People are attached to their egos and their pride and don't like to feel shame or don't like to face humility, right? Not for me. Like, I don't know. I know there's some authentic and sincere people out there, and you guys rock. I love you guys. And they will see something and hear something, and they'll realize, oh crap, that's right. And it'll be like a huge alteration in their mentality and ways that they go about things and think about things. Me, if I'm wrong in anything, I like to be told. Shit. Duh. Right? I almost want to test and see hey, is anybody going to speak up if I say some bullshit? Because at this point it seems like, which I'm just talking about on social media websites and whatnot. It seems like people are too afraid of me. And I'm like, dude, it's no, I freaking have any spite towards anybody. I have a passion and a seriousness when it comes to the world. We've got a lot of shit going on. There's a lot that needs to get done. And nobody wants to do a damn thing. I mean, people do. People do awesome things, actually. There's people out there that do awesome things. If you go on Fake Moonshine YouTube channel, you'll see a couple lists of heroes and awesome people. If you go on the Kahuna Facebook page, yep, mention heroes all the time. I only play music from awesome heroes of mine and friends that are really inspirational, and I think that's very important in our society and in our individuality each. So you see, there's a difference, right? Okay. And I would like to take it as phases. We have phases in our lives, and sometimes for some of us, it just it's more like in our day. Like for me, it's more like in my day. I have a intake period where I'm intaking data, assessing, and then have a creative period, where I'm utilizing what I have in my mind and in my heart to create. And, a lot of times we find that we get stuck in our intaking period and even kind of just bogged down in it because we keep intaking the same thing over and over and over, and nothing new is happening and nothing new comes of it. And yeah, now that's not a bad thing because I don't really believe in a bad, so to speak. I believe that every moment has an irony, and irony is the face of God. What do I mean by that? I mean that miracles happen through irony. This is because karma is always working. This is actually, it's one and the same thing. We're talking about like if you can imagine the figure 8 of the infinity sign, the point in the middle, that would be the centering of the self. That would be the part of all moments in any awareness where there's the irony. And the irony is in the center point. Now, let's say you're off to the left and you're going about, right, and you think things are a certain way, and you're not really looking to the other side, things are coming around the other way. Or you're looking that way and things are coming around the other way. And see, the thing is that you can look both, you can look left and then right, and you're always right, you're always correct, but you're also always specifically wrong. Until you see the center point. Until you're focused on the center point. And what is that? That is humor. That is irony, Like you look at Jesus Christ. He was in the desert. He turned water into wine. Why? Because he was an alcoholic, I guess. I don't know. But I mean, generally in the desert, you're going to want water more than alcohol. Unless you're Jesus. And... what happened when they were all in the boat and there was a storm going on? Jesus was sleeping. Ain't that some shit? He was sleeping, and he woke up because of them. He didn't wake up because of the storm. Right? And what does he do? He comes out and he's like, look, you guys, stop tripping. Look. And he goes and he stands on the water. Now that is funny as hell. That is funny. That is OG. That is JC right there. That is, yeah. What would Jesus do? He would stand on the fucking water and be like, and stare at everybody like they're ridiculous. And that's what it is that in every moment there is an irony. Let's say there's all kinds of crap going on and you're just like focused on all the crap and it's just... Take a breath. Because there's actually a lot of good stuff too. Equal to the amount of crap that there is that you see, there is an equal amount of awesome that you are not seeing. Now the problem comes when that good stuff comes around and swings its way around and you're so focused on that one spot of bad stuff, bad crap, that when you feel the good coming through, you turn and you smack it. You smack it away because you think it's bad. And it happens a lot. It happens a lot. Oh, so much lot. But what can you do, right? We all try our best. I think that the best tool really is humility. It's the only way, really, to take off the mask of ourselves, and we don't even realize that we have it and we wear it. It's that pride, that ego, that says that, what people blame on us is our being. They're attacking our being, and it's not true. It's not true at all. Not only if you associate your being as the mask, well, then you get really butthurt. But if you don't associate the being with the mask, then there's nothing to be, there's no hurt. Like somebody attacks you verbally over something in your character, it might hurt you because that they don't see you as you are and who you really are. And that, of course, hurts. The lack of faith hurts. It does hurt to be questioned. And the sense of they're questioning your identity as, and they lack faith, and they think you're this something else that they think, but you're not. And in your heart that you are this innocent, beautiful being. But circumstances and perspectives they align everything to look like whatever whatever you might be blamed for. And, obviously half of that would probably be true about, their perspective. And half of it would be instance and illusion, of course. But if you can know that you're not the mask, you're not the ego, pride, self, then that it doesn't really matter. That the words are something that you can utilize to grow and to realize what it seems like to others, the things that you do, what they look like to others, and maybe alter it a little bit. It doesn't mean you're wrong. It doesn't mean that they're right. It just means that there is an instance to where there's disharmony. Now, since everything's always trying to, everything is always in harmony. But from our perspective as humans, let's say that everything is trying to aim to become harmonic, because it does seem like that from our perspective, because we're the ones that are not harmonic. We're the ones that are off. As they say in Sanskrit, sin, the word sin, it comes from a Sanskrit word that means to miss the... No. I think it was Sanskrit. I might be wrong, sorry. But sin means to miss the mark. Miss the bullseye, miss the point, miss the, to be off. And, well, we're here on Earth, right? There are ultra-dimensional aspects that we don't see, right? A lot of psychics and spiritual and prophets and messiahs have said that there are higher realms, right? And some of us do remember, and some of us do experience. It's true. And but a lot of times there's insecurity about that, and we have enough projection onto that, as is, which is horrible. I remember the first time I went to see a psychic, I had that myself, right? First there's the denial, then there's the automated shame, then there's the automatic judgment. Oh God, that's so bad. You go to a psychic, and like the first time you go or you're around a psychic, like it's gonna happen. You're gonna have a myriad of extra emotions that are and thoughts that are going through you, and they're all unnecessary, But if anything, I think one of the things to keep in mind is that, the thing that I say, right, is that it's like a kid with binoculars, right? You see, you could have perspective, and you can have a gift and foresight, and it does give you an extrasensory awareness of understanding. But if you've not traveled within, and you have not experienced, certain things in life to have the mature understandings of those things and those elements, then yeah, you're just a kid with binoculars, and sometimes it can be pretty bad, really. I've been in some cases where, like, you got tarot card readers, and they're doing what they do and they're doing how they do, but generally a lot of times they're just recycling drama, not teaching the people how to forgive, how to live in peace with each other, how to find the middle ground, and how to transmute the negativity into positivity. A lot of times you have these astrologers that are just saying, "Oh no, leave them," and they're like guiding these people and telling them what to do. And sure, now maybe that they do help the person, skip over some negativity that might be coming their way. But what I've learned is that generally those things come our way, so that way we could learn first before the actual major thing comes that we're going to need that knowledge for. And if we don't have it and we skip it for something else, and the next thing comes, the major thing comes, then that major thing is going to have to be our lesson. And sometimes we mess that up. I'm going to have to wait probably another lifetime, next, maybe in 500 years, get another chance with that same soul, because these are agreements, pacts made. For me, I don't believe I have any with you guys. Enough psychics, very powerful ones, have said to me and told me, and that I wasn't planned. This is not like, I'm not like I haven't really been to Earth much, if at all. I've been here, but it's been a while, and yeah, I do remember, but that's another show. I think I talked about that a couple of shows back. But yeah, that's a long story. Yeah, I remember my incarnation. I remember before here. I remember seeing my mom for the first time pregnant with me. Yeah. And I remember a lot more that I haven't even said in my book. Oh, I got a remake of my book, by the way. It is on Amazon. I'll put it up on Google Play Store too sometime soon. I renamed it, remastered it, re-edited it, added a bunch of pictures. And now I got people buying, which is cool. It's only been a couple days and I've already got 2 sales. So I'm like, all right, that's what's up. But I renamed it The Guardian Angel. It's hard for me to do that, but I felt that it fitted because my mom used to call me that. She used to call me her guardian angel, which is so heartbreaking to me because I left her. I shouldn't take that kind of responsibility all up on myself because, yes, it was my dad who sent me and my brother here, and he was doing the right thing because my mom, well, well, I say to the non-spiritual that she went insane, but I know that she opened herself up to the universe and she asked what was out there. She wanted to see what was out there, and something came into her, and it was probably one of the things that I fought to be incarnated here. They were very, very ugly things, wherever they were. Yeah, I mean, I could still remember it. Anyways, The Guardian Angel. It's on Amazon. Before I had a writer's alias, but this time I just put it in my name, Sean Thomas Villafon. And I simplified it all, added more pictures. I made it look nice and cool. And I ordered a copy for myself because I didn't last time, and I don't know why. Of course, right? I think maybe I just wasn't in that vibe, in that mood. Yeah. But yeah, so I got the rap thing, dropped that, and then I got the and Google, right? I just accidentally became a publisher on Google News. Isn't that crazy? I don't know. I'm not a Google partner, but somehow I found an accident. I was in one of the help sections for Google Webmasters actually, and I saw a link, I clicked on it, it brought me to this place, this thing, and I made a little app thingy for Google News, and I put all my RSS feed to it. So, yeah, oh, this show is probably playing on it right now, because actually I put the podcast connected to it. Huh. That is so cool. Alright, yeah, well, as always, the thing about the karma thing is forgiveness. It's what frees you. It's what frees other people of you when you're being, blameful or an asshole. It's what frees all of the hell that we're stuck in. Because, you gotta forgive, because they know not what they do. You know not what you do. Nobody knows what the fuck anybody's doing, or how they do, or why they do, and we're all assuming that we do. And we don't know shit at all. Okay, so you got the kids running with binoculars, right? Those are the psychics. We're worse than that. We're running with our hands over our eyes. Laughing. I did that, once when I was a teenager. I ran straight into a wall. I am weird. I don't know why I did that, but yeah. And, yeah, I think I still got the scar, actually. Hilarious. Karma, right? You're gonna run with both eyes closed. Let's associate that with blaming somebody. If you're gonna run with both eyes closed, you're probably gonna hit a wall. And yeah, got the scars to prove that. A lot of scars, actually. And, the scars are important, I think. They're reminders of the ways that you fucked up. And, you could feel ashamed of them. I used to. But then, you gotta go through the humility of any kind of mistake to learn the wisdom. You're not gonna learn the wisdom if you don't face the humility. And if you're blaming somebody else so that way you don't have to face the humility, well, then you're not going to learn. You're not going to grow. And then you're going to have to go through that instance again, because that's how karma works. And it's not about punishing at all. I think it was 3 years ago. I was in a very awakening time in my life when I realized that by all means, if going through instances is why I'm here, and I go through these things to learn, then by all means it makes more sense that karma is something that I pull to me from my higher self. My higher self guides me to. That my soul would want those things. For instance, let's say that I did somebody. Let's say that I did somebody wrong, right? And let's say I didn't go through the karma to learn how that was wrong. Now imagine I were to die, right? And have my life flash before my eyes. And I would see that moment. And I would see it in a new light, right? Because I've just gone through and experienced my whole life and then some in reverse. And I see that moment, right? And it hits me. Because I feel ashamed. Now, then I go through the whole thing, but and the Greeks talked about it being in reverse time, so it would be from death to birth. So I would finish off as a baby, and then see God in all His splendor. Now, am I still holding on to that shame and humility? Probably, right? If I didn't go through the karma to cleanse myself, well then I would feel ashamed and I would turn away feeling like I don't deserve that love. Because it is unconditional love. It's the logic of itself. It's obvious. right? If God is omniscient, omnipotent, and omnipresent, then God is unconditional love. Unconditional means without conditions, which means that by all means, Adam did not get kicked out. He ran ashamed, just like we will every single time. We try to face the light, try to face the truth, and try to face that kind of love. We will turn in our shame of not feeling worthy. Obviously, we do this in daily life. We do this in our relationships. And so if it's something you can empathize with, then it doesn't need to be really like a thing that you need scientific proof for, because you know it within. You know that that's what you would do. All of these things can be very practical if you empathize. That's really all it comes down to. Well, I'll end the show off with a song called Go Harder. I like this one. This is from my boy, San Jose.
Madness, baby. Madness, baby. Madness, baby. Punching in, Stone Gate, baby. Boop, boop, boop. Same old shit. Same old shit. Check it. I might be running low on common sense, blowing on my oxygen, knowing that I was always meant to make it hard for y'all to win. Sent to bring the lunatic to you and all you hooligans. It ain't clipping my heart and going harder than my duplicates. Starting up the Parker bus and fill it up with women. When you saw me in my truck without my L's, asking who is this?
Oh, I'm sorry. That was a bad download. I forgot about that one. Oh no. Okay. Yeah, I uploaded the wrong download. That one has like a huge gap in it. I guess I'll play something else. Sure.
Two five 6 9 25 million 100 go 2569 go. What? I see the day dying as it falls on the horizon. Eyes calls it tomorrow as time keeps flying. In deadline, thinking about the week and never get things. Forgetting lessons I should keep. Memory gets tossed in a long lost folder. Suddenly remembering the days less gray, more fun, less pain, and more warm. Was today's much colder. Deleted in my mind around the corner as it's only getting older, barely getting by. I spend it all of my life, it was something they buy. I need cash is file, so I pull glass hustle. 9 to 5, that ain't shit to my struggle. So I throw on the chains, done move the rubble. The scars for days, crack dips, ships double. Straight to the grave for this foreign ass grind. Take my resume, so I got my life. Damn, fuck that bullshit. I was raising this bitch like it was lies. Slowly because it's all in due time, and I ain't about that. Is you about that? Rather live my life free. How about that, bitch?
That's right, me too. Yeah, I'd rather live my life free.
Yeah, how about that, bitch?
Crazy ass fucking.
Yeah, how about that? That's stage 1, so on to stage 2. Reflex in motion, driven into commotion by desire to live life. Nobody's fool. Try to build a better world persona to youth. Why listen to lies and try to preach the truth? Blinded by the allegory, shadows of a category, limits of vision depicted and improve. I found my mission is ironically imprisoned in you. Yeah, you that, I'm here to free that. Somebody see that, don't you need that? Don't you dream that? Don't you breathe it? Don't you breathe it? Every day dies. Falls on the horizon.
That stage 1 is on to stage 2. There's emotion, emotion, but desire to live life. Nobody's fool.
I already know. Tell me how step 3 is gonna be.
Boy, that shit's gonna be hardcore. I don't know if y'all can take that.
Heading back to the spot, looking at what I got, thinking, do I really want to engage with this? Thinking maybe motherfuckers should get paid for this. I get no respect, so gotta put you in check. Got too much style, so your security's wild. I hope you get it, got it good. I got a swagger like you shouldn't. Yeah, I used to break up with, but now I'm focused. You didn't know it's bitch. They call it 5150, but the synchronicity is with me. Numerology says 11, so you hear that ironically. And at the positive got me feeling esoteric. Looking at the sky, doing readings with my past life parent.
Hella mystical.
Finish it.